So I can hear you. God is speaking to you, right from the beginning. At what point were you broke?
Immediately. So what happens
and how did you go about it?
What happens is that decision to follow God sends me into the pit of life. Not only am I arrested, somewhere in Mtwapa, my famo is like, this boy refused to go back to, remember, because the core is I'm refusing to go back to university.
Yes.
Because he wants to do this music thing.
Yes.
And university, my parents have worked and paid for me in South Africa.
Yeah.
And here I am being a rebellious boy.
Yes.
Fool.
Yes. Fully rebellious.
Fool. I'm a fool at that time.
Yes.
Refusing to go back and do this thing.
Yeah.
But me, I know my insides have refused. It's not by choice.
Yeah.
You get?
Yeah.
To do this music thing. So because of that decision, I am like, okay, get out of our house. Now.
Oh, you're chased from home?
Yes. I'm like, go be a man. Oh, you want to do music?
Yeah.
Go and do it.
Yeah.
But now, the first thing that begins getting messed up about me is identity. Because first you run from friends to friends. You have some money. Because you always have money. Then that money gets finished. And then now you run from friends to friends.
Yeah.
And then now you run from friends to friends and you can't run to some friends.
Yes.
So then now you're isolated.
Yes.
So now you start pretending that you're a university student. There's like a time, yani, guys thought I was a university student until one day a guy came and said, kuna msi analalanga kwa bafu, kesho leo usiku tutamshika. I'm like, kumbe that was me.
You used to sleep in a bathroom?
At Nairobi University.
At Nairobi
Not even just a bathroom. Yeah. There was even down the stairs, there was a friend of mine who were in South Africa together. He was a university student.
Yes.
So remember being kicked out.
Yes,
this one here, which is foreign for me.
You used to
so because of BIMA,
I have to ask that like 10 times.
Yes, not just a bathroom. Even there's
you didn't have a place you can go and.
But I'm being kicked out everywhere.
Everywhere.
First and foremost, I went to, my parents were in the UK. Yes. My parents lived in the UK. So I'm living with my uncle. So me, I'm supposed to be in university in South Africa.
Yes.
I've come back in November from South Africa because it's holiday, and I've refused to go back. So in 2004, from January, so I refused to go back to uni.
Yeah.
They said, give him a gap year. Okay, just give him some gap, 6 months. He can go and start again in June. So in this time, all I've been doing is getting high, drinking, going to a studio in Loresho, all of those things. September comes now. I'm in this mix uko in Mombasa, get saved. Now it's time here to get my life in order. Come back to Karen. My uncle tells me, okay, we'll give you one last chance. May I refuse? I say, I'm doing this music thing. So my uncle is like, get out. So for like a week, I'm in the bush in Karen.
Yes.
Then the bush now becomes difficult. So I'm like, let me go to BMAX. At least BMAX is in Nairobi University.
Yes.
Brian Masharia.
Yes.
So I go and chill with him.
Yes.
But I can only be with him for so long.
Yes.
So now, because even him, I don't know where he went. I think he was going to Australia that time.
Yeah.
So this time is when now I'm pretending to be a student.
Yes.
So I need all I cared about that time was food, shelter. Now food is a luxury.
Yeah.
My passport was at Nairobi University for 6 months because I didn't have 20 shillings.
They confiscated
They confiscated because I was like, shika hii takujia mandazi. Pati hizi mandazi. So he gave me mandazi. He's like, drona nitakulipia kesho. For 6 months I didn't have 20 bob to give him. So now I'm pretending to be a university student. Then I would wake up in the morning and I'd go to Uhuru Park. I water the sun. Then I go around looking for studios to record.
Wow.
So the poverty that I have faced,
yes.
I say I've lived a very crazy life. I know what it is to be one of the richest people in this country.
Yeah.
0.01%.
Yeah.
I also know what it is to be the poorest people in this country.
Yeah. But you sleep in the bathroom.
Yes.
Over university.
But the thing about that transition from following God is he became my everything. And everything that I have ever gotten from that time, I've not toiled for.
Wait. What do you mean by he became my everything?
bro, how did I end up at Kijiji? Started going to all these studios, trying to record, trying to tell them, by the way, I can record and I can perform. I can record and I can perform, because I'm still trying to be Kanye West. I'm trying to show them I can rap and I can produce.
Yeah.
But no one is giving me a chance. That's why in a song called Mine Called Angel, I say I was moving from studio to studio, trying to get a record deal, but producers kept on saying, A-Star, not real. Ted Josiah's, I've sat there for like a whole day.
Yeah.
Back in the day, this 2004, 2005. 2005, the reason remember I've gotten saved in 2004.
Yeah.
But the reason I say I got saved in 2005, December 31st, is because in December 31st, my father and Karen were all drinking, I'm still living double life. But on December 31st, I told them, you guys, I'm leaving you. I'm done with you.
Yeah.
And I took a 20 bob, I got a mat to Kenya Science, because now I've gotten a house.
Yeah.
I'm now living with my aunt in Kenya Science.
Yeah.
So now, that day I said, from today, I'm all into this God thing. Because remember, I didn't have any friends who were saved.
Yes.
And I go to Bapo, Nairobi Baptist.
Yes.
And at Nairobi Baptist, two things happened. Two very important things. Number one, a group called Gospel Fathers and Jogsi are performing. This was the first time Zaidi and Mziki were becoming a group. So me, I ran to stage, I tell them I want to perform, I have a demo. Remember, God told me I have a demo that now I've created.
Yeah.
So they told me, oh, no problem, go and sit on stage. So when I sit on stage, hey, this is 2005, December 31st. Hey, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
20 years, I'll be saved 20 years today, this year. So what happens? Jogsi perform, and they perform a song called Ni Wewe. And God tells me, you see you want people to say you're the producer, you want people to say you're the rapper, you want the props. So on stage I say, never again do I need the props. It's all about you. At 5 a.m., a guy called Emmanuel Jal comes on stage. Now,
5 a.m.
5 a.m.
You are watching TV.
I was watching. No, we're at the event.
Oh.
TSO, totally sold out in Nairobi Baptist.
Yes.
The first ever one. So I'm seated on stage, and 5 a.m. Jal comes and performs, Emmanuel Jal. Now, backstory, in 1996, 1987, and 1988, I used to produce for a group called Jahim, produce music. Part of Jahim, the J in Jahim was Jal. Then after that, Jal would come to my house and I'd produce for him music. Me, I'm not saved. When I would give Jal his cassette, he'd hold it and he'd stand outside my house and say, in faith, I'm going to get a studio to record. Now, to me, Jal at that time was the wackest rapper ever. 1996, 1997.
Yeah. It's a long time.
Long time ago. But he would always say, in faith, I'm going to get a studio. So fast forward to December 31st, 2005. 2004, December 31st. So now it's fast. 1st January 2025. Jal is on stage rapping. Jal has just flown back from the UK.
Sorry, 1st December 2005.
Yes.
Okay.
He's just flown back.
Yes.
Yeah, 2005. Yeah.
Yes.
He's flown back from the UK.
Yes.
He's an international artist.
Yes.
He's doing songs with Sting. He's about, I don't know, he's going to be with Nelson Mandela, I don't know doing what.
Yeah.
He's on his way back. He's become an international artist.
Yeah. Wow.
So on that day I say, those are the two principles I will use. Faith and for the glory of God.
Wow.
So that day, January 1st, 2005, is when I got saved. I say I got saved on that day.
Yeah.
That's the day I decided I will do things in faith and for the glory of God.
Yeah.
Less than a week, 5 days later, again, I'm trying to show you, my friends come to me,
So all this revelation is coming from the back of you being broke. This is like the lessons coming from your seasons of drought, or
it's yes. Yeah. It's hardship.
Yes.
Bro, I used to drive a KJ 850U, a Volvo 850.
Yes.
Now I'm in maths, I don't even have the math fare. Banki had an S320, which I also used to drive. I had friends who had a Kawasaki 400. This is when we were kids. Yeah. Now the 20 bob, I only have 20 bob to get me to Bapo. I have to walk from Bapo to Kenyan Science because I don't have money. I've been homeless. My stomach has contracted so much that water alone keeps me full. And one man does it. You get?
Yeah.
I've understood what it is to be so cold. You're in your t-shirt. You put in showering wasn't part of the thing.
Yeah.
That's why I say in the needs of hierarchy, it's food, then shelter, and then not clothing, then hope.
Yeah. Hope. Important.
Hope.
That was the first time you were broke.
No, I'd been broke before, but then broke was always relative.
Yeah.
This I was poor.
Yes.
This is not even broke.
I mean, when I say broke, as in really broke. You have no way forward.
Yes. For context, my mom was flown to Kenya as an expatriate to her own country. Yeah. The house we live in is where Sakaja lives now.
Yeah.
So my parents didn't spoil me. Let me get this right.
Okay.
You'd never see me with words of cash.
Yes.
But they provided everything I needed and more.
You never lacked.
Yes.
Yeah.
They had a driver for us guys as kids.
Yeah.
So this is the world that I know, and then the friends that I'm with are in the same world.
Yes.
But now I'm in another world.
So all these things are taken away. You're on your own.
I used to say I'm allergic to chicken that used to dab. Chicken wings. Bro, when you're broke, you're not allergic to anything. Right now, there's nothing I'm allergic to because of that season. But what I'm just trying to say is it was so hard, but I had hope. I knew this God thing. All I was holding on to was God's voice.
So is there another time that another season you entered of brokenness?
When I met you again.
Okay.
When we reconnect.
Now let's talk about that. So Pius comes into the picture.
2005,
yes.
In fact, January 1st, 2005 is pivotal.
Yes.
I get saved then.
Yeah.
Fast forward all the way to 2019 again. You get? 2019, when Selman does what he does, is where I say, not only am I saved, I am now a sent one. My life, I wake up every day. I define success too. Let me say, on that day, I defined what success is for me. And for me, till today, success is one thing and one thing only. Obedience to God. It's why you see I did what I did right now.
Obedience to God.
Because I'd rather say I was wrong, but not be like. Because I didn't know this was what, in fact, that's a perfect example. I didn't know that's going to happen. You get?
Yeah. You know, I've had somebody else say that success is being right with God. So obedience is you are walking in alignment with God.
I'd rather tell God, I thought I had you.
Yes.
And that's why I did it.
And that's why I did it. Yes.
And that's why I did it.
Yes.
I will never say, the Bible even says, who is better? He who says, I will do it and doesn't do it, or he who says, I won't do it and does it.
So, let's come back 2019.
Yeah.
2019, you had another season of being broke.
No.
Okay.
I mean 2019 because of close for up.
You've shut for up. Eh?
So, but you see.
So how did brokenness look like in 2019?
But remember, the good thing of being a musician.
Yes.
You see, there's one thing that I have never. Okay, let me not say I've never had. I've never relied on. My foundation as a musician taught me that I expect money to come at every time.
Even though you don't know where it's coming from.
Yes. You see, as a musician, I expect to be called for a gig today.
Yeah.
So it's not 5th.
Yeah.
It's not on the 25th where the salary is coming.
Yes.
So my reliance has always been, I expect.
Yeah.
I expect.
Yeah.
You get?
Yeah.
And what I come to realize later on, I have a lot of faith.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people will tell me, hey, dude, you have faith. But I didn't understand it. I thought everybody's like this. You get? So, I can spend the last money I have.
And when you expect, is there a time you have expected and it didn't come?
Yeah, all the time.
And for a prolonged period.
There's a time I've expected that it didn't come, but the thing came.
Okay. Is there a time you expected nothing came. Whatever manner of
2019,
provision.
lost our house.
You lost your house.
Yep.
Let's talk about that. Because I want people to understand that you just don't walk on air. You get, But it is more than just money. You get, How did you come out of, where did the hope come from? But first of all, we need to connect with them that you've not just had one season.
I've been trained. Let me just say,
yes.
I'm aware now. You see, these things are happening,
yes.
and to a lot of people, I realized I looked irresponsible, immature, illiterate, stupid,
volatile.
Yes,
erratic.
Guys, exactly. He makes decisions all over the place. Let me give an example.
Emotional.
I make these millions
yes.
From YouTube. When I'm at G+, I make my wedding money.
In your 20s?
Yes. I make, so my wedding money, I'm like, 600,000, what's going to cost me? This is, when did I get married? My wife will shoot me 10 years ago.
You're in trouble.
Yeah, 2014. So anyway, I save this money and I put it and I keep it. And I'm like, see, Google has paid me my wedding money. I'm set. I'm getting married like in 6 months, I'm good. Then I start going to church. And when I'm in church, God is like, hey, you give that guy 25 G's. From where, homie? Where are we giving this guy 25 G's from? I don't have. He's like, so just take from your wedding account. I'm like, bro. Sawa. Again, I have no problem with obedience.
Yes.
So I go and I take and I give. The next Sunday, this guy's getting married. Give him 40 G's.
Now you are taking from your wedding budget.
The next time, give this guy 50 G's. Then the next day, I'll be like, God, now I can't I've maxed out my account. I've maxed out my ATM limit. So this morning, he woke me up and he's like, carry your checkbook. I'm like, you're mad. I'm not carrying my checkbook. So I carried that. But then again, I have no problem with obedience. So I cut a sleeve and I put the sleeve here. And I had give that guy 100 G's. I'm like, you're mad, God. I had saved, I had prepared, and I had planned. So I'm not giving this guy. It was always in church, Mavuno. So in the evening, we go and we meet as boys. And now we're with this guy. So, hey, guy, you're getting married. And how things. And the guy says, you know me, I don't have a father. Yeah. And therefore, this wedding process is so difficult for me. I really wish my father was there, at least just to guide me through the things. And God tells me, you're hindering this guy from knowing. So I go to the bathroom and I sign. And I give the guy the check. And I say, I've been holding this the whole day. And God wants you to have this. And now, my wedding money is gone. And I start working at this place, and this place tells me, we'll pay you 1,000,000 shillings for your wedding. And I'm like, God had bigger plans. But then I see something in that place that I'm working that I didn't like in terms of modeling marriage for me. So I tell God, I am leaving this company for no other reason, because if I stay in this environment, my marriage won't work. And I need to leave so that my marriage works. But also,
it was a toxic environment.
It wasn't toxic, but it was actually amazing in terms of culture. I mean, in terms of the work environment, what we were doing. But the marriage version that was being modeled to me was, let's just say I'd not be married to my wife right now.
Yeah.
The temptations and the things that were being accepted from a marriage perspective were not.
Yeah.
Something that, and I'm new to getting married.
The culture wasn't supportive of a married person.
Yes. So I didn't leave that company for any other. And these guys are about to pay 1,000,000 shillings for my wedding.
Yeah.
So the only reason I left
Yeah.
was because I wanted to start my marriage on the right foundation.
You left 1,000,000 behind.
Yes, and I live with 1,000 shillings in my pocket. And when I'm crossing the road, I lived in Kuhn at the time. When I'm crossing the road, there's a lady there, and I give her the last 1,000 shillings I had. And I tell God, I had saved, I had planned, and I had prepared. I was responsible. You told me to give. I obeyed you. Hear me out, God. So how can I forget? This was a pivotal turning point in my life. I told him, if you come through for my wedding, I will live the rest of my life like this, in faith, with this madness that I have.
Yeah.
Because because this thing is costing me.
Yeah.
If you don't come through, I know how to make money.
Yes. I'll figure out my own way.
I know how to make money.
Yeah.
This righteous thing doesn't work for me. But you, it's on you. And please note, the same way you talked to me, you're talking to people. I'm not asking a single human being for a coin. That thing was hard. I lost a lot of friends in that thing. And these are friends from church. Because, again, I'm the stupid, irrational guy who is in the clouds.
Yeah.